Thanks so much for joining me for another flow class. This flow is going to be a mix of yoga and Pilates. You don't need any equipment for this class, and as always, modify to suit your body. I will give you some suggestions and cues, but always take it as you need. Always feel free to pull back to a child's pose or to an active rest pose whenever you need it. We're going to get started at the back of our mat. So coming to stand, taking a nice deep breath in, take those arms wide and up, fill yourself all the way up. And as you exhale, rolling one vertebrae at a time, folding over your legs, reaching your fingertips towards the mat, and just let everything hang heavy. Maybe grabbing opposite elbows, shaking your head yes and shaking your head no. Feeling that release in your low back. One more deep breath here. And on your exhale, take fingertips to the mat. We're going to walk ourselves all the way out to high plank. Holding here, feel that belly button plug in. Gripping through all 10 fingers. We're going to rock forward an inch and back an inch here. Really small movements. Sticking with your breath, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. We have 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to send those hips all the way up and back, downward dog. Breathing nice and deep. Taking that big breath in through your nose. And as you exhale, let something go. That right leg is going to come all the way up to the sky, 3-leg dog. Option here to open up through your hip and pull that heel towards your bum. Feeling that space opening up in your hips, your hamstring, start to loosen. Drawing your hips back through neutral, let's bring that knee towards your nose, cat your back, and step your foot in between your hands. Let's rise up, crescent lunge, opening up through your chest, maybe bending those elbows. Can you sink 1 inch deeper into that front knee? Reaching those arms up, exhale your fingertips to the mat, step back, high plank. Let's lift the right toes in line with your hip, tapping the mat and lifting to hip height. We tap and lift, plug that belly button in. For 4, 3, 2, we're switching to the left, drop your right toes, left toes lift in line with your hip, tapping the mat and lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop your toes, send your hips back, downward dog. Take a nice deep breath in through your nose, and on your exhale, let something go. Let's inhale the left leg high, 3-leg dog. Opening up through your hip, maybe pulling that heel towards your bum if that feels good. Creating space in that left hip and feeling that right hamstring start to loosen. Drawing yourself back through neutral. That knee is going to come in towards your nose. Cat your back and exhale. Stepping your foot in between your hands. Let's rise up. Find your balance here. Maybe finding somewhere to rest your gaze. Option here to draw those elbows back to really open up through your chest. Sinking 1 inch deeper. And exhaling. Hands to the mat, step back, high plank. Hold here, plug that belly button in. We're lifting the right toes, this time tapping off to the right side of your mat, and then pulling your toes back in through center. Tap outside your mat, and use your inner thigh to guide that leg back in through center. We have 5 this side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those toes, take it on the left side, lifting your left leg in line with your hip. We tap out to the left and draw in through center. You want to keep your gaze at the top of the mat. Your neck is in line with the rest of your spine. We have 3, 2, and 1. Drop your toes, send your hips back. Nice job. Nice deep breath in through your nose. And on your exhale, let something go. We're going to inhale, lift the heels, slight bend to the knees, walk or hop to the top of your mat, bringing your toes up to meet your hands, and exhale, fold. Inhale, we rise, come all the way up to standing, circle those shoulders out to the back, taking your arms up, overhead, nice deep breath in. And on your exhale, let's sink those hips back, keeping your hands overhead like you're pressing a block in between your hands. Shoulders are nice and active. We tuck that tailbone, knit your ribs in, engaging your core here. We're going to pulse up an inch and down an inch, drawing those inner thighs together. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold it low and sit your hips all the way down. Coming onto your bum, knees are bent, feet are planted firmly on the mat. Just take your hands on the outside of your shins and straighten out through your back, roll your shoulders back. So like you're squeezing a pencil in between your shoulder blades. Take our arms out in front, palms are up. Our arms are really relaxed, hands are relaxed. We're going to tilt the tailbone, roll just slightly back until you're at the tip of your tailbone and you feel your core start to plug in. So your belly button is pulling back in towards your spine. Your ribs are knitting in and we're just at that place where we feel it start to turn on. So holding here, option to lift your toes, taking a boat pose, relaxing through your face, maybe drawing those shoulders back, becoming aware of where you're holding any unnecessary tension. And from here, we're going to tap the right toes and tap the left. So if your feet are still flat on the mat, maybe trying to lift them here or just lifting one knee at a time. We have 6, 5, 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Nice job. Come back up to seated, hands on the outside of your shins, just straighten it all out. And we're going to slowly roll all the way back down onto your back, one vertebrae at a time. Take a nice deep breath here, maybe taking both hands on your belly or your right hand on your heart and your left hand on your belly. Let's take 3 really deep breaths here. Tuning in to how you're feeling today, the energy that you want to bring into the rest of your day. Feeling your belly rise with this next breath. We take it nice and deep. And on the exhale, let something go. I want us to just get comfortable with the setup of this core sequence. So we're going to focus on the imprint of our low back. So right now you have a natural curve in your low back. If you take your hand and sort of thread it between your low back and the mat, you should feel a bit of a space there. So as we take a nice deep breath in, send your arms back behind you. You might feel your ribs start to open up. Maybe the low of your back even lifts off the mat just a little bit more. But as you exhale, let's draw those arms up overhead. We want to tilt the tailbone and close that space between the low back. So that's what we call an imprint. So we're imprinting our low back onto the mat, pressing it into the mat. And as we inhale, we release, letting that natural curve come back. Exhale, imprint, tuck the tailbone, and inhale, release. So on this next one, we exhale, imprint, low back, tuck the tailbone, and then lift those knees up to 90. So we've got a 90 from our hips to our thighs and 90 at our knee joint. Arms are up overhead. We're going to send the right arm back as our left toes tap the mat and then pull everything back in through center. Left arm goes back, right toes tap, pull everything in. Switching sides. We have 6, 5. Notice if you've lost that imprint and really become aware of what your ribs are doing. We want them to be pulling in like a corset. Let's go 2, And 1, we're gonna double up here. So legs and arms are gonna go at the same time. Your head is still flat on the mat. Our neck is super relaxed. We send arms and legs long and then pull everything in. Send it long and pull everything in. For 4, for 3, 2, we're gonna hold it here, send everything long and hold it. Option to tap your ankles together. We tap out an inch and in an inch for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hug your knees into your chest. Maybe rocking on your low back. Nice work. We're gonna send both legs long, resting down on the mat. Hands are pressing in beside your hips for stability. That right leg is going to come up. Toes are pointed towards the sky. One leg circles here. We're starting with circles crossing over that bottom leg, down and around. We cross over that bottom leg, down and around, about the size of a dinner plate. So not too big here. Our low abs are controlling that leg as it circles around this direction for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reverse. We come up, out, and down. Still pointing through that toe. Nice and controlled for 3, 2. We're going to hold that leg high. Take your right hand behind your head and your left arm behind you. So everything goes long. Send that right leg down to the mat. And as you exhale, we're crunching in through center, reaching for that right shin. Go long, arm goes back, and reach up. Exhale. We go long, and we exhale, reach up. We have 4. For 3, we pulse in 2. Last one here, hold everything in through center. We slice that hand on the outside of your shin. Reaching, reaching, reaching. Pulsing up an inch and down an inch, getting into our obliques here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower that leg nice and controlled. Send both arms back. Take a nice deep breath in. Filling yourself up all the way from your fingertips to your toes. And exhale. Take those hands back beside your hips. That left leg goes high. Pointing through your toes, we're crossing over that bottom leg, down and around. Over, down, and around. About the size of a dinner plate here. Drawing your shoulders back, trying to make your shoulder blades flush with the mat. We have 3, 2, last one, we reverse. Take it the other direction, pointing through your toe. Drawing those circles on the ceiling for 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. We take that left hand behind your head. Right arm goes back. We extend everything long, reaching your toes towards the mat, and exhale, crunching up. Fingertips reach for your shin. Go long and reach up. We go long and reach up. For 5, 4, for 3, 2, last one, we hold and pulse, reaching, slicing that hand on the outside of your shin. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower everything down, stretch your arms back behind you, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, curl your knees in towards your chest, hug yourself into a ball, squeeze nice and tight. Hands are going to come on your right shin, so both hands on that right shin. Your shoulder blades are curled up off the mat. You send that left leg to the high diagonal. One leg stretch here, so draw that right knee in towards your chest. And on your breath, we switch, drawing left knee into chest. Switch and switch, lifting out of your shoulder blades. Looking in between your inner thighs. We switch and switch for 8, 7, 6, for 5, 4. We add on here in 2. Last one, take both hands behind your head, knees come to tabletop, lift up another inch. We're doing bicycle, so send that leg long, but this time twisting elbow towards your right knee and switch. Twisting cross body here. This is gonna feel challenging. We just worked these muscles. We have 8, 7, 6, you got it. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Hug your knees into your chest. Take a nice deep breath in and let it go out your mouth. One more like that. Nice deep breath in. And plant your feet on the mat. Knees are bent. We're going to take a round of hip bridges. So your arms go back behind you, pressing equally into both of your feet. We're going to start nice and slow. So picking your hips up off the mat, starting by tucking your tailbone and rolling up one vertebrae at a time, like you're rolling through mud. As you do, bringing those arms up overhead, fingertips towards the sky. Holding here for a breath. Just feel your glutes start to engage. Your hamstrings are turning on. As you roll down nice and slow, I want you to start from the top, rolling one vertebrae at a time, all the way down as your arms go overhead, moving as slowly as possible. Taking a nice deep breath, feeling your low back lift off the mat, and as you exhale, imprinting, we roll up. Let's speed it up here. We lower and lift, lower and lift, lower and lift, tucking your tailbone each time you lift up, really squeezing through your glutes. We have 6, 5, for 4, 3, 2, let's hold up on this last one, lift. We lower and lift just an inch, lowering and lifting those hips. Arms stay up overhead, belly button is pulling in and up. We have 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's flush it out. We go down and up, all the way down. Tap your bum to the mat and lift. Down and lift for 4, 3, 2, and 1. We lift and hold. We draw inner thighs together, trying to squeeze your knees to touch, and then release. Draw those knees together and release. So really using your inner thighs here. We have 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold. Draw those knees together, inner thighs, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We lower and lift the hips. Drawing those inner thighs together, so combining what we did before. We have 5, 4, it's really small, for 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Lower your hips, hug your knees into your chest. Take a nice deep breath in. We're going to take hands behind our thighs, rock and roll up to stand at the top of your mat. Rocking yourself, gain a little momentum, come up to stand. We rise all the way up and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, step back, high plank. Holding here, let's drop the right knee. Opening up. Right hand is on the mat for stability. Your left fingertips can be reaching towards the sky or behind your head. Let's lift and lower that top leg. So we lift to hip height and then tap the mat. So belly button is plugging in, maybe taking a hand to your belly, feeling your core activated here. Really working the side of our glute. We have 4, 3, 2, last one, lift it here. Extend that arm up overhead. We're going to draw elbow to knee, meeting in center line, and then extend long. So use those obliques to draw knee and elbow together. Exhale, and inhale, go long. We exhale, draw in, and inhale, go long. We have 5, 4, for 3, 2, last one. Send everything long. We're pulsing that leg up an inch and down an inch. Let's go here for 5, really small movements for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice work. Take that left hand back down on the mat, step back, high plank, and hips go back, downward dog. Take a nice deep breath in here, just a quick reset. We're gonna pull back forward, high plank. Option here to take this one on your forearms. We're gonna dip the hips right, up and over, dipping to the left. I often find I can get a little bit deeper if I come onto my forearms. So we're tapping the left hip towards the left side, up and over, tap the right. Let's go for 5, 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Come back in through center. If you're on your forearms, come back up onto your hands. We'll take our weight into the left hand and open it up to the left side, dropping that left knee. I'm gonna come to face you on this side. So that top leg is gonna lift and lower, maybe taking your fingertips behind your head. Belly is plugged in, using your obliques as well as the side of that glute to lift that leg and lower. We go for 5, 4, for 3, 2, and 1. Hold it here. Extend that arm up overhead. We draw knee to elbow and send everything long. Draw knee to elbow, send everything long. Nice work. Really working with your breath here. We exhale, draw in, inhale, go long. We have 4, 3, for 2. Last one, send it long. We pulse up an inch and down an inch. I know this is hard. Nice work for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take your right hand back down to the mat, step back, high plank, and send your hips back. From here, let's inhale that right leg high, 3-leg dog. Draw your knee in towards your nose, dropping it in front for pigeon. Your right knee is landing somewhere around your right wrist, maybe folding over that leg, letting everything go. Reconnecting with that intention that you set at the beginning of class, the energy that you want to create for the rest of your day. Sending gratitude to your body, to yourself for taking this time to move and shift your energy. One more deep breath here. And when you're ready, let's press ourselves back up. Tuck your back toe and send your hips back, downward dog. That left leg is going to go high. Drawing that knee towards your left wrist and letting it go in front for pigeon. Folding over that leg. Slowing down your breath. Reconnecting with how you're feeling in this moment. Let's take one more deep one here. Feel yourself all the way up. Feel your ribs expand. And exhale, let something go. Shift your weight onto your left bum. Let's swing that right leg around. We're going to come up to seated. Finding a comfortable seated position. Let's take a final breath together. Let's take those arms widen up. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, hands come through heart center. Lock in all that good energy you just created. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. See you soon.